for a path to skill up my IT knowledge, because
Okay.
the IT area is very widespread, and I stumbled upon Jobskillshare on YouTube and visited the
Yes.
website, but I was a bit confused because I don't know how much I know to take a specific path where you
Correct.
offer on your website. So I wanted to maybe ask you if you could guide me so
Mhm.
I can
Okay.
take those courses.
Perfect. So, you know, everybody has some sort of goal or like, okay, this is exactly what I want to do in future. So tell me something specifically, like which side of IT you're trying to go in future. Like, are you trying to become a cloud engineer,
Uh,
cybersecurity analyst, or like that's something that's gonna give us a little more info that, okay, I think you should go this route or that route, and that will
s-
cover that goal. So what is in your mind right now?
okay, so I do really like hands-on stuff on computers because I tried programming. I understand a little bit of it, but it's only the theoretical part and very, very small things.
Hmm.
So that's why I joined firstly the IT help desk jobs, and
Okay.
now I'm at the infrastructure. What I would like to do or had to would be maybe cloud administration.
Cloud
Uh,
administration, okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And specifically, which cloud? Azure, AWS?
Because in Europe, AVS and Asia are the two main players. I would maybe firstly consider Asia. I don't know much the difference, like how hard is that or that, and it's not because of the difficulty. It's only because I really don't know how the inside of those fields look like. I'm just a very basic skilled IT guy, and I'm learning every
Okay.
day
So
new
currently, like
stuff.
you're in the IT support, and so let me ask you some questions. Like when you say IT support, like do you know about the basics of networking, like DHCP, DNS, Active Directory,
Um,
Office 365? Or
I I,
how much do you know these things?
I am currently working on AD, so in my job I have to do very much stuff in Active Directory.
Okay.
About networking, I did 4 years school of network engineering in Cisco.
Hmm.
I know what DNS DHCP is, but I've never configured it to that point from zero on where I can trust
Like,
proudly say
yeah, like,
I know 100% of it, but I know
got it,
which one was which is what. That's the
got it.
case on me.
Okay. So I think I got the idea where you stand and where is your kind of like I would say gray area that you need to like fix before you move into certain areas. And that is basically the first good thing is that you already got a job, right? An IT
Yes,
support job. So you're not going to be looking at getting like that initial trainings where you just want to go inside this career or break into the career. So you don't need to really spend too much time prepping up for things that already your title and your experience on the job can cover it for other jobs that are going to be more advanced jobs.
correct.
So, but the thing is still the learning piece is going to be there. Like, the foundational knowledge has to be covered. So we need to cover that. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So, so basically, you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
So you see on the screen, I'm gonna click on the roadmap here, and just to let you know where you are actually at this point, like this right here is like you right now, modern IT support career roadmap. That's you already got a job. So a lot of people, if they come to a platform and then they finish it, their main goal is going to be to either get into the job or someone who's working in IT support and they say, look, I'm not confident. I want to stay in this support level. and I want to do my job and I want to learn at the same time in a nice way to make my foundational stuff corrected, then they will have to cover this roadmap. Now, in your case, you can start this roadmap, but you're not looking for a job, right? So you can zoom in the first part of these courses, like these are going to be just basics of what is network, how do you configure, like, or troubleshoot Windows 10, blah blah blah, which you have already done. So that part one, you can finish it very, very quickly because you're already doing that and you have experience with that. Then
Yes.
in part two of this course, let me just move ahead and actually show you. Um, they're all drawing, and here let's go back to this. And in the part two course, that's important because now you're saying you haven't done too much of like DHCP DNS kind of thing, right? And you really need to get that hands-on, confidence on top of these things, and that's important. So if you go to the part two course in this, like for example, let's say this one is you can zoom through it. This is very basic stuff, operating system level stuff. But then you go to the part two. Now, let me open the part two and just kind of go with where you had issues or you are feeling like you're not too comfortable. So if you open the part two course, you see in the network section, we have these DNS projects here. So first you're understanding what is a DNS and DHCP and everything at a very basic level, right? And that's something you already know what is DNS and what it do. But then there are these projects over here where you basically go in and you perform these projects for 20 minutes and you configure the whole DNS from scratch and everything is like hands-on and you have to do it like how we are doing it in the video. So what this is going to do is that next time when somebody asks you a question, even for like let's say if you're learning something advanced, you would like the answer will be like, okay, I already know DNS and DHCP, have configured it in a whole lab environment, and I know what it is and how I know how to implement it, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to take care of that, but this is just for you to learn and get yourself more confident that you know the basics. Now, this is still not at the level where you can say, am I going to be able to configure DNS at the sysadmin level, or am I going to go dig deeper into DNS, learn a lot about it, a lot about DHCP? That's going to be this roadmap for you, and that is what you need to be focusing on is transitioning skills roadmap. The first roadmap that I show you is just for you to brush up skills and just to tell yourself, and okay, I know the basics, I know the foundation knowledge. I have not like skipped over a lot of these things because then what will happen? Let's say if you skipped over all that foundational knowledge and hands-on labs, and let's say you come to the transitioning skills roadmap, which is designed for people like you who want to move up now, right? And it
Yes.
says right here, network and systems administration core skills. This course is going to go a lot deeper into theory, a lot deeper into projects and the things that you have to do. It's going to be very extensive, but at the same time, the trainer knows that you're coming from a support background. So the trainer goal is going to be to teach you a lot of like basics in a nice and easy way, basically, right? So
Okay.
this
Yeah.
is going to be your actual roadmap, actual course that you need to finish is going to be actually this one, just to make sure you finish every single thing in this course to be able to say that, okay, I can move up now. I can move up to systems administration. I can move up to networking and I can move up to cloud or security. All of the roles that I just mentioned, the
Hmm.
prerequisite is the core networking and the core knowledge for any sysadmin. You cannot become a cloud admin if you don't know how to do network or subnetting. Because if there's a project that you have to do in the cloud with networking, then you wouldn't know how to do it, right?
Exactly. Yes.
If you become a cybersecurity analyst, if you don't know what is DHCP DNS at the sysadmin level, at least at the sysadmin, I'm not talking about you going in there becoming an expert. At least more than just okay, what is DNS? I'm not asking that. I want you to know what is DNS, is how is it implemented in the company. Do you even know that there are default things that people do? And as a cybersecurity analyst, how would you find out the vulnerabilities in DNS? Now, if you don't know the ins of DNS, like at least at the intermediate level, then I don't think you can do a technical cybersecurity role where somebody asks you to do a project on this company and find out their vulnerabilities in their DNS and DHCP setup and everything. You can't do that because you don't know this, right?
Yeah.
So this course is designed to answer that question that, okay, what do I really need to know before I move up? Because this is the piece, this is the bridge that you need to cover. Like that, this is the bridging piece, what I would call it. That's why we call it transitioning, because these are the transitioning skills you require to move up actually. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So after this course, you can apply to junior sysadmin level and junior network admin level course, because it is a very long course. Like if I open it for you, you can see it starts with network basics and OSI layer, Wireshocks. And this is not like an IT support level type of information. It's actually very detailed theory, step-by-step information, exercises. Then there's a TCP, there's cabling, there's networking, switching, subnetting. Then after that, we go into more of like Ethernet, security, like everything that you will come across a junior sysadmin or junior network admin level individual need to know. Everything is covered in this course. So it's not just one small course. It's a very long course, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So once you finish this, then what happens is that now you can after this, you can try to find those junior level sysadmin jobs or junior level admin jobs where companies are looking for people like you who are in IT support, who are showing that you have done some sort of extensive training and they are willing to train you. Now, out of 10 companies, there will be only one company like that, right? But you still
Yeah.
want to, that's a chance, right? If you get it, you get it. If you don't apply, you're not going to get anything, right?
Right.
So out of 10 companies, one company is going to be looking for something like this, where they will say, okay, you know what, Tahir, you have done IT support, which is just great. You have the experience. And now I see that you have this whole practical course going on over here, and you have done all of these networking stuff. This means that we don't have to teach you all this stuff. And we are actually willing to bring somebody junior level who our senior levels are going to be like, teaching them, or you're going to shadow them. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is going to be like out of 10 companies, only one company was going to be like that at this level, and nine will be rejection. So this is the mindset too. Then you're going to go and start apply. You're going to get rejected a lot of times because they're at admin level jobs. Everybody's looking for some sort of experienced person, and that's why the salaries are double the amount of IT support, right?
Right. Right.
So that one chance is going to be enabled when you finish this course. At least you can go and grab that one chance if it's available for you. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
keep trying that while you're learning.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So after this, then your core is good. You are almost a junior sysadmin network level individual. Then you pick a specialization. This means that then you target a specific area that you want to invest your time, energy, money, and the whole career. Because in IT, you cannot just say, I want to become this or that without having a specific targeted type of approach. Then it's possible. Naturally, you go to a company and you have some sort of like a pathway they give you, but normally, a lot of people get stuck in this area where they don't know what they're doing in IT. Like, what is your target actually? Because it's such a big area that you have to have some sort of target, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So then once you finish it, like I said, this transition, then you can choose. Do you want to become a cloud administrator at Azure level or AWS? So then for cloud, you need to do the cloud administration essential, which teaches you just normal cloud with Azure and AWS basics. So you can go to a company and say, I know the cloud at the basic level, and you can be a hybrid sysadmin in that company, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A hybrid sysadmin is a person where you go to a company and they're like, look, we're not looking for somebody who knows just networking and server on premises. We actually have cloud solutions going. How are you going to manage that? Then with this course, you're going to say, well, I've done this course and I have covered a lot of projects on Azure and AWS. So I'm very familiar with how it works. But of course, when I get in, I'm going to need some sort of more specialized training, which I'm already doing that. So if you go to a company and they are AWS focused, what are you going to do next? You're going to pick on this roadmap, which says Advanced AWS roadmap. Now, you see, you went to a company, you found out that they're using AWS, and that's your target now, then you are going to be targeting AWS. You're not going to be targeting something else, then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you go to
But
the company, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, so to interrupt you. I have a question because of the cloud administrator roadmap. It says there at Asia, for example, 50 hours and AVS 21 hours. I'm definitely like I know the Asia interface or what they call Entra now, I think. Uh, it is so there are so many tabs on the on the side where you can actually click in and configure and have an overview about futures and so on. uh, uh, can 21 hours really cover something where you can say you did this roadmap and
Which are you talking about? This AWS 21
yeah,
hours?
for
Okay.
example,
Like
yes.
for example, yeah, like okay, so you finished this roadmap, which approximately 50. This is definitely more than that. We call it approximate because they're always changing, right?
Hmm.
So let's say you finish this, then you're saying that if you go to the AWS, will it cover the things in AWS in that 21 hours? Like for example, fundamentals and advanced, like that's is that the question?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you see, there's absolutely no way to cover every single thing in the cloud in the course. So the teaching in the courses are mainly like, okay, what are we going to mainly target on to teach you? So then anything comes under that umbrella, then you already know how to deal with it, right?
Oh,
So
oh,
let's, for
okay.
example, for example, you go to the fundamentals right now. I'm going to open this, and that's just the way you learn. By the way, in IT, there's absolutely no way you can cover every single thing in the world out there. That's just going to go crazy. You're going to go crazy. So if you open this fundamental, you see what it says on the top. AWS Cloud Administrator content. The content covers the fundamental VPC, EC2, EBS, backup EC2, and then content again. The advanced is going to cover this one, MFA, all that stuff, right? So if
Yeah.
you look at it, it goes once you go on the right side, it even goes further into Elastic IP, S3 storage, RDS. Now, at some point, you just need to pick the top uh, skills or the top used solutions in the cloud that every company is using it. And then the rest is just because you know it's cloud. Every day they're going to add something new. You are an engineer then. You know how to figure things out. You know how to go for latest solutions when they release it. You know where the documentation is. That's how you become an engineer when you understand how to read documentation, how to read new
Okay.
features. Yeah, at this
So,
point you are an engineer. For example, in your job right now,
yeah.
if I say do something, we have a project that you have to do in Active Directory, and we have to do deployments of, let's say, 50, 60 accounts to specific using a PowerShell script. Now, if you go through these courses, are they going to cover your script what you
No.
want? Of course
No, no,
not, right?
no.
Not every,
Definitely
yeah.
not.
So you see now you know what is Active Directory, you know how to use it. You can go and use a PowerShell, and you research as an IT support professional to figure out that specific thing that they're asking for, and this is how things are going to work. So this 21 hours is of course a little more than that. And right now we're adding DevOps into this too. So it's probably going to go to almost 50 hours, like in a few weeks. So
Okay.
we're going to only cover the things that are heavily used in the cloud environment with lectures, with labs. So then you don't have any issue that if somebody asks you these AWS, VPC, C2, all these type of questions, or you come across these type of things at work, you already know. You have done so much practice that you know how to go and maneuver around your cloud environment, that portal that you see. So at this point, you are a junior level engineer who can just go all around your cloud area and figure things out. And that's the whole point of skills, basically.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, right. Right. It's learning by doing in jobs actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in our
Okay.
platform, it's always like this. So if you see right here in the fundamentals, we are covering the lab in AWS. Like these are the labs right here. You can open it in our systems. In advanced course, we're not covering the JS. We're not using JSS labs because these are limited labs. It doesn't really let you do a lot in the cloud version. So we have a very powerful operating system level labs, but when it comes to a cloud level where you need to learn Azure and AWS, you need to get your own subscription and then follow us. So our courses, when it gets too advanced and the trainers say, yeah, do this, do this, do this, and these are the resources that are required, then you need to get your own subscription and then follow the trainer video, and there's case studies and everything in these courses. and that makes it like you will have no issues when it comes to access, because 99.9% of the lab environments outside in the market, whoever is selling, they're going to have some sort of limitation on you. They're not going to tell you, okay, here you go, this is a full subscription for you. You can use it whatever you want and however you want. And that's the cost will go crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is why we don't allow labs in the advanced courses for a cloud, especially. You need to get your own subscription and then follow the trainer in our cloud type of trainings, and then everything should be good.
Okay, I understand. So when it comes to courses, like, are there is there a possible thing? Because I work from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I would only be available at the weekends and after work at 6 p.m. till whatever hours it takes.
Right.
Is there a possibility to take a course, or is there only the option to make those courses only for yourself?
No, these courses are self-paced. The one that I'm showing you, this is a membership right now. So if you become a premium member, I think that's the best one because it gives you all the labs. For example, when I say that you need to finish this transition skills roadmap,
Mm-hmm.
after reviewing the first one, you're going to review this one. It will also have a lot of labs in part two, that the course that I show you. So yeah, it's all self-paced. You don't need to wait for us or anything. You can open it at night. You can open it in the morning, 24/7. It's available right now. So right now, if I speak, we have probably more than 90, 80 students as we're speaking, they're taking these courses. So there's no limitation. But if you say that I want some sort of coaching with you guys, or I needed like a an expert in this area, for example, for transitioning skills roadmap, we have an expert who have created this roadmap can coach you while you're training here. So let's say you're doing labs over here, or you have some kind of question, then you can come to the Discord and ask the same person who have designed this course to I have a problem with specific area, or I need to more understanding or something like that. So in Discord they will respond to you, and that's a coaching services. That's a different pricing model. So you have to go back to our website, the main website, like jobskillshare.org. Let me actually open that for you. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So if you're going through that route, you need to click on coaching services on top. So you see when I click on coaching services, it's different than membership.
Mm-hmm.
This is the program that you're looking at. Then if you want to move up from IT support like this one, you're not going to be taking this because you're already IT support.
Yeah.
So you're going to be looking at this program, and the cost is right here. This is a 1 year cost. So from the day you start with us, basically we give you 1 year access to all of the resources, which covers the CompTIA Network 008 training, and all the coaching services that I'm mentioning right now. So you're going to click on learn more. And then in learn more, you're going to come down, see what we cover, everything and content details, how it's working. Like this is the video that I want you to watch. What's the mental readiness for this type of program? And then you're going to click on apply now. Once you click on apply now, you're going to fill out this form, and then we will approve your request. And then you can basically join the Discord. Since I think I already saw you are using Discord. It's like a separate Discord where you join, and that the trainer is going to be there. There are other people that are taking this training on their own self-paced. You still have to do all these materials, everything that we give you. It will have to go through this on your own time, but you have 1 year to finish it from the day you start. So it's a very long time, right? And we give you all this, the trainer access, the individual that's going to be there for you for this whole 1 year, and that's the price we're charging for that. So that's not a membership. Then you still will do the membership labs, courses, everything, but on top of that, we're going to give you certification type of content, and it's just more guided, meaning the person is watching you. If you get stuck somewhere, somebody's guiding you. When you start
Mm-hmm.
applying for jobs, then you will be given a resume will be then checked. Then if the job people call us and say, hey, we need a reference from you guys, who is Danish, who is Kamran, who are these people who are guiding you, we need reference, we will give you the reference. And that's how people call us when they get for like jobs like that, and they say, okay, I need a reference, then they can use
Ah,
us as a reference. Correct. So
okay.
that's been happening for many years, and that's very powerful stuff. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, then you will have to come over here this way, and not just straight become a member. Member is like if somebody say I don't want to pay 1,650, I know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go to the membership, finish the courses. I don't want to get involved with people. I don't want them to tell me what to do. And there's no references checking all that sort of engagement going on. Then if people want to do this all by themselves, then membership is for.
Okay, okay, I understand. But I will really consider the coaching one because it spoke to me,
Mhm.
and yeah, you convinced me to take that, Morley.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
there's no match for coaching because if you look at it, most of these programs, like if you can go, I'm from US, and in US market, I usually challenge people to find something where people will say, we will support you for 1 year with a live person, meaning like a trainer to be there in a Discord for you.
yeah,
And if you can find 1,650, I will consider changing this price.
yeah,
It's the type of program that people are providing, like this is usually a university level type of thing, or a boot camp that is $5,000 to $10,000 easily because of that individual who's an expert is there to help you out with all of these things that you're going to come across. Now, we
yeah,
don't teach live sessions, we don't do one on one, but it's the person is there, right? That's a labor, it's a pure labor. You say, I'm stuck, then, or I need help, the person is available for 1 year. It's a long time, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it
That's
also adds a flexibility when you can take everything all by yourself and you have a very long access. Let's say you get sick, something happens in the family, whatever, things can happen. A lot of people had some sort of things that happened to them, and they say, okay, I
hmm
need a break for 2 months, but we can extend the program, but at least it's 1 year, so you can come back after two months and you still be good as long as you are dedicated to finish it. But if you are like joining this program, you spend $1,650 and you're not gonna do anything, you're not gonna engage with people and everything, you're just gonna lose this money because we have already given a resource to you and they're
yeah.
dedicated to you.
But
And that's
the resource is of course limited. You can't respond like every hour to the guy asking a question, for
correct.
example, in Discord. So how long for you approximately think would it take? Like if I stumble upon a problem where I
Okay.
can't get further.
So
Uh,
we have been doing this for a very long time, so we know where the problems can arise. And most of the time, let's say if we give you the CompTIA content, now the CompTIA have chapters that you need to finish. Let's say chapter number one, it has everything is in there, right? Like the video, the everything. And then in CompTIA, we are this is a different platform, right? They have their own labs, a simulated type of lab. So there's like a 90%, there's no way you can do a mistake because the lab tells you where you're doing a mistake. But let's assume you did a mistake and you're stuck, you still can't figure it out. Then if you send a message, then in 7 to 8 hours, you're looking at that time when somebody's gonna say, okay, here's a video of the lab. Or we will give you the video already. If you say, I want a video of the lab ahead, then you get the video of the lab. There's no way you can get stuck then, right? If you
right,
have a video of the lab, if you have all the information, then let's say you're doing some mistake, then you can watch the video and you will find in 2 minutes that where you're doing a mistake. And we have made a video of every single lab where we think a student can get stuck for each programs, whether you're taking a CompTIA training in the beginning and then you go back to JSS and you're doing a lab and you get stuck, there's going to be a video for you. So you
okay,
getting stuck in in our training is very, very minimum chances. Okay. Now,
okay,
if let's say you have a question about some sort of topic that you feel like even after you watch the video, you did the lab, you still have some sort of questions, then when you ask the question and if it's not the time zone of the trainer, then yes, after 7 8 hours they're going to reply to you.
oh yeah, correct, okay, okay,
Because if you send a message and trainers like different time zone, of course they can reply to you at 4 a.m. while they're sleeping, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
of course,
that's and this is why it's 1 year program. It's not a boot camp where you are going to be there for 5 6 hours, looking at screen, trainer talking, then you do some labs, and then the trainer is gone, and then they're gonna do the same thing. But so this is why it's more flexible because it's 1 year access. So there shouldn't be this issue that I need someone right now. Because then if that's the case, then the prices are gonna go skyrocketed because a person is dedicated and spending that hours just for you sitting there, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. But your offer for 1 year is also not something cheap. In my eyes, that should be then even more pricier. But for me, the price is currently perfect.
And then I says, like I'm telling you, market. I will. I mean, you can do the research. You're open to
I
the
did that actually. I looked into there's a company that was doing courses for every job environment, and
right.
even basic stuff for Cisco routing, switching, or even CompTIA A plus certificate program. Like I did that on the internet for free, and the people pay 2,000, 3,000 euros just for that one certificate, which is completely nonsense in my eyes because it's
Oh
free
yes.
on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
So
really understand you are talking about and explaining, and
correct. Like for
I'm
example, if somebody's looking for just for certificate, they can go straight to professormesser.com. They're the
yeah,
one famous one. If you want to just get the paper, that is never our goal in JSS. We never even created this platform for the paper. We were actually against it in the beginning of the days because we were just teaching skills. But because our content grew so much, every course is like 20, 30 hours, it automatically covered certifications like CompTIA. And the thing is when someone comes to us as they say, I just want to pass certification, we will never even mention our program to them. Like, okay, why are you even taking this program? If you just want to pass a paper, then just go and do that theory type of training online. People come to us when they either land a job just like you, or they're looking for a job and they're not confident, but they got all these certifications. We have people that have three certifications, no job, A plus, network plus, security plus, and the individual is basically complaining, I can't get a job. Well, A plus, network plus, security plus does not mean you're going to get a job
yeah,
because it's how you learn it. If you learn the A plus with hands-on skills and you know how to target a specific roles related to that content, then you're good. You are a person who have done the research. But if you are just bringing me the paper that I have went to this boot camp, did 7 days, passed the exam, came back, you can't get a job. In most cases, 99.9%, I would say you can't get it
yeah,
because you don't know how to approach what titles, what to do. There are more than just A plus type of certification content, Active Directory, Office 365. Everything is mixed matched. Who's going to teach you all that stuff? So in our program, it's a skills based program. We teach you a full skills for the job. So it naturally requires a lot of time because we cannot teach you skills in just 7 days.
yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So each program has a lot of content, a lot of labs, a lot of back and forth you need to do when you want to look for a job then because your resume will be going out. You're going to get rejected in the beginning, like naturally. I'm talking about the average and realistic. Like you're just going to get rejected in the beginning. That's fine. You come back to us and you say, okay, I got rejected from these roles. Okay, what was the reason? How did you do your interview? Can you give me some examples? How did you talk to them? There could
Mm-hmm.
be many issues, right? It's not just like skills. It could be the way you talk, you present yourself. There could be many things. We need to figure that out then. That's how things works in reality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're absolutely correct. Yeah.
So yes, I mean, if you are interested in, I think this is a good program for you because once you join, everything is just like step by step. We're going to give you access. You're going to finish this first, and our focus on this is like even if you say this is a 1 year access, well, 1 year access is like your maximum amount of access. You still need to finish things quickly, right? You cannot spend 1 year to just finish CompTIA and Network Plus content. That's just that would be ridiculous, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so
Yeah.
so you need to push yourself to finish this in 3 to 4 months. If you already have a job, I feel like you can do this very quickly. Then you're going to go into more of JSS training, JSS way of doing things, and things that will further go along.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to mainly focus on this basically. That's the target is to focus on JSS content and labs. But in the beginning, because a lot of people are new to systems administration, they do need to know that theory. They do need to know that boring stuff in the beginning. So you have to go through that.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So, Danish, I want to thank you very much. You're a very humble guy.
No problem.
It's a credible platform. I will like join it. I think yeah, 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 I will do it.
Yeah, whenever
So
you're ready. There's no rush or anything. Think over it and go over these links that I shared you, and just
mm,
do your full research, whatever you can do. Once you're fully satisfied, then you make the decision. And whenever you make the decision, we will be there for you.
okay. One last question.
Yes.
Is there in those courses, in those roadmaps, as you showed me before, is there like a system where you see, like you see the progress, right? Is it then if you finish it, like can I see where I'm done with things, or
Yeah, in both,
uh,
like if you open the CompTIA platform, which we're going to give you access, it has this whole setup where you can see which chapter you have finished and where you are, and the trainer can see your progress as well, step by step, like where you are, how are you doing, and the trainer will be telling you every Friday or every Thursday they will do a report on you that if you're doing fast or should push it up a little bit. They will be pushing you, right?
yeah,
So that is going to be there. Once you get into JSS type of content, then JSS has its own mechanism. Like when you finish the unit, it's going to say check mark unit. When you do a
yeah.
labs, it's going to do complete labs. So for example, let's say in this training, you're going to be touching this course, which is a part of your training. So you're going to start this. Let me just show it to you. So you see right here, there's a little check mark here. So let's say
Yeah.
you finish uh, other units. You see how it's all check marked.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you miss something, it's going to show like this. And on
Okay.
my end, or somebody who's doing reporting, they can also see what you missed, how much time you spend on these. Like, you don't need to go crazy on it to show us that you spent 67 minutes. You can do it faster than that.
Yeah.
We don't check these things, but at least we will check enough to make sure that you are covering things. So once you go into, let's say, for example, let's go back here. Let's say there's a Wireshark, no, sorry, OSI layer. So you started doing this, like this is the part one, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
you do the part two, part three. Then there's knowledge check quizzes we are adding. This is a new thing that we're doing right now. So once you finish, let's say these four theoretical stuff, there could be demos too, and in the beginning because these things are very something you just need to understand. It's not a lot you can do on hands-on lab, right? And
Right.
even when it comes to wherever we can see the lab part is being used, then we will add that. Like for example, in Wireshark analysis. So if you go there analyzing Wireshark, so there's a big video, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Then
Yeah.
there's a practice Wireshark. You come over here, then there's another video here, and you can launch a lab directly from here, and it will on. You can use the same way the instructor is using the Wireshark. So this is
Ah.
something you can do hands on here, and then there's this knowledge check quizzes we are adding. So you see how when you finish something like that, then this is something new right now. We just started last week. So you finish something like very theoretical or maybe something that is too much talking going on, but we want you to analyze it or just go back and do some sort of like quick check, right? So you can basically drag and drop, and it's going to give you information, application there, the example ticket, how you're going to see this in the real world, resolution, best practices, and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. Refreshing isn't bad.
Yeah. So,
Like
and then you
refreshing.
see after that, when you start the exercises, these are even more hands-on. So let's say you identify the network associated with physical layer. So if you click on it, there's going to be a video. Instructor is going to go through a video. If you scroll down, the same lab that instructor is using, you can launch it from here directly. So you open it, and now you will replicate what instructor have done here in this lab, and you have the lab available right here in the next tab. All the routers,
Okay.
switches, everything.
Okay.
But before you
Perfect.
come to this point, you got to start with the CompTIA training, and that is what we need to focus on first. And you will come to this slowly, slowly. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you
So
for the
it's
explanation.
a Yeah, so it's a very long course. You finish it. I don't think I once you finish it, then you're above the IT support level because you are doing so much administration level stuff, router, switches, server, blah blah blah. After this is no way you can say that I don't know these things. DHCP, DNS. You would have done that like in a very extensive way.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Danish.